Hi there, it's Untitled Chapter and welcome to this brand new The Sims 4 video, and today I'm here with a stuff pack overview slash review slash actually just a video in which I show you all the items and share my impressions about a new pack. And today that new pack is The Sims 4 My First Pet stuff pack, and this stuff pack sort of came as a surprise. We only just had The Sims 4 Jungle Adventures come out, and also The Sims 4 Cats and Dogs wasn't actually that long ago. It was only 4 months, and now we've already got a stuff pack which belongs to that expansion pack, which is actually one of the first times that happens, the first time for The Sims 4 at least. I believe we had it in some of the previous Sims games as well, but this is the first time we have a stuff pack for an expansion pack in The Sims 4. And that's sort of a controversial topic. I actually talked about that in the trailer analysis of this new pack as well, and in the comments I saw that not very many of you were amused about it. However, I did come up with this theory or this thought that you shouldn't necessarily hate on this, because there's just two things you should remember, and that's, first of all, this pack doesn't make The Sims 4 Cats and Dogs any worse. I mean, very many people were happy and enthusiastic about that pack, so the fact that this pack is coming out does sort of seem stupid, and it seems as if EA is wanting money. However, it doesn't make The Sims 4 Cats and Dogs worth less. It's just the thought that they could maybe just as well have added this part into that expansion pack as well. Even though then it would be delayed, but maybe, you know, it could have been done, in my opinion. But at the same time, The Sims 4 Cats and Dogs was a good pack, and this might be a fun addition for those of you who want some extra small pets, because that is like the main part or the main thing that this pack is adding. And that brings me to the next point why you maybe shouldn't necessarily hate on this pack, and that is the fact that I can imagine that you don't want to spend like super much money on an expansion pack, because expansion packs are 4 times as expensive as stuff packs are, but you do want to have some kinds of pets or something you can care for, and then this might just be sort of like the perfect thing for you, because this is like a cheap pack, but at the same time you do get hamsters and like rats and stuff to care for. So you actually get pets for like a smaller price, and of course it's not cats and dogs, because that's simply way too expensive to create for EA. But it's sort of hard, because at the same time I also feel like this is sort of a strange decision they've made. But yeah, I can also imagine why they did it, obviously, but also see, we don't necessarily have to be negative about this, but it does depend on what items come with this pack. So let's have a look at that. I was actually super happy when I saw this, but then now I realized that this is actually just super small doors, and nothing crazy fancy modern. You cannot enlarge them either, I think, because usually with doors that doesn't work. However, they are cool modern like dog and cat doors. You've got the modern doggo door and the modern pupper door. So yeah, pretty cool if you ask me. Looks interesting. However, this is the only build item coming with this pack. So if you're a builder like me, this is definitely not the pack, and that is sort of the reason why I'm not super enthusiastic about this pack either, to be honest. I'm just not really into like all the colorful, sort of unrealistic or just childish sim stuff, which is also not really focused on building. So therefore I wasn't super excited about this, but I'm curious to see whether that thought was like true or not. So let's start with this one. This is like sort of a bed for like cats and dogs, smaller cats and dogs, which is like basically shaped as an egg, but also shaped as like any food. Which is funny, I guess. Definitely looks ugly, so I'm never adding that. And then here you've got like a huge dog or a huge cat, which they can sit on, which is sort of funny, but I wish it had been more 3D, because like this it sort of looks like the ball pit, which is basically just flat. But oh well. We do have some new chairs as well. Let's see what variations we've got. We've got rabbits. Oh, it's generally just a rabbit, which is fun, but we did have it already with pandas and stuff. And then here we've got, do we have a new table? Nope, we only have the new chairs. In some colors, and then also, if you look correctly, this is a cat, you know, with the ears and stuff. Or yeah, it's not a dog, this is a cat, definitely. yeah, just some super childish, colorful combinations, which makes that I'll never use these chairs, if I'm honest. Then we've got, oh yep, we've got 2 new sofas. So we've got this bay sofa, I believe you call this. Is it a bay sofa? Yeah, bay window sofa. We did have a couple of these lately, and honestly I almost never use them because I don't add like bay windows a lot in my game, or in my houses actually, but this does look good, you know, with this color combination. It is sort of a good looking sofa. And then here, oh, that is actually funny. Look at this. You've actually got like a super long dog. Yeah, okay, they did well on that. And then quite some color combinations, but still, again, not sort of more luxurious, but super colorful color combinations. And that's just not my thing, to be honest. Then here we've got like a little table as well. Oh, I keep copying it, and therefore I've got to go back to putting on the filter all the time. It doesn't necessarily matter, but would be more convenient. And then this, I saw this in the trailer. This is an aquarium, which is also like a table, which is pretty cool. And in this color, I must say it looks more modern than I had expected it to be. So I think this so far is my favorite item from the pack, because this is it's sort of cool to have an aquarium as a table. I can see myself using it. Not all the time, because it's still not the most beautiful thing, but hey. And then this for like a child's room, it's fine, but yeah, I don't really like to create a children's room anyway. Well, children's rooms anyway. So yeah, I'm not too sure about that. This is a cool cage, I must say. By the way, I hadn't mentioned this yet, but this is the first time I'm looking at the items as well, so I'm seeing them, but many I do recognize from the trailer, so I don't have to look at them for ages, because yeah, I have seen quite some of them, but this is the first time I'm actually seeing them in game. And then here you've got the different pets, the cages, or what do you call them? They're the little houses for the pets, look exactly the same. You're not telling me we don't have a white cage, do we? Oh, okay, yeah, that sort of sucks. Yeah, this is a white one, but then still you've got, yeah. Generally, I really think like, oh, you do see the pet, that is funny. There you see it. And there you see the rat. Or is it a mouse? It seems like... Oh, and then you've got, yeah, hunger, full, attention, content, activity, content. So, yeah, they do have like some feelings, I believe. I'm not too sure how you play with them. Maybe I'm looking at that later on in this video. But this is just what the different cages look like. Can you? Nope, you cannot get them away from the stand. And then here we've got... This is... I believe this is something, in case you're like working, then the pet can still be entertained by this thing. Sort of funny, but yeah. Are we using it? Probably not. And then here we've got a height meter, which is like for the children, sort of funny. And some more decorative stuff. And then here are some paintings, which is sort of funny. And then a mirror. And then these are shades. That is actually like more of a regular item, I guess. I could use these in like normal houses as well, not houses which are basically like children's play areas. However, I want to look at the other ones as well. Oh, I see that I don't have a lot of money. Okay, I should have done mother load all the time. Then here we've got a smaller one in different colors, by the way, but you had seen it already. And then this one. Oh, that's actually the end. Okay, here you go. And then no, those weren't all the items. I thought already, because I had seen a couple of more in like the trailer. Here we've got a rug in the shape of either like frogs or something, or just a regular boring rug, which I would use more likely than like a frog shaped rug probably. Then here we've got an interactive item for like pets, so that means that if you've got don't have The Sims for Cats and Dogs, you can still like put this item in your game, so you can maybe make your house look more realistic if you want to build your own house and you've got like a cat like condo or whatever, like a place for a cat in your house. Then you can make it look more realistic even if you don't have cats. However, you don't have cats, so they cannot interact with it, you cannot sit on it, whatever. But yeah, we do have new versions of it, because if you do have The Sims for Cats and Dogs, obviously this is an addition to the game. And then here you've got a light. This one is really cool as well. It's like a super small little item, but still I think it's sort of funny how they designed it, because I guess in real life that would be sort of a smart idea. Oh yeah, this was the one I was excited for, because this, if we now look at night, look at this. This is sort of cool. I think this is by far my favorite item from the pack, because I mean, yeah, it looks fancy, you know. All the items generally look super basic, and I noticed that they sort of try to differentiate between that for different packs. For instance, the fitness stuff pack was totally my street, and like I liked every single item in that pack. With this one, yeah, this is just for different kinds of type of people, or people who like different styles, I guess. I really like modern and like sort of industrial, luxurious styles, and this is more realistic, a more realistic style. And maybe more like for children's rooms as well. However, I can see myself using this in like a more modern, or like sort of, yeah, modern childish architecture, or at least the children's room in a modern house. And this is like, looks cool, and the lights, the way the light spreads is sort of good as well, so I really like that item. Then here we've got another cupboard. I should put the light on, or just a bookcase, I guess. I did it at this one already. It's like super small. And then here, oh, what is that? It's the activity table. Probably something where they can like do some, yeah, they can probably like paint, well, not paint, but you know, do things children do, you know, with paint. That, yeah, actually they do, you know, paint. What do you call it? Handcrafting or something? I'm not too sure what you call it in English. This is super stupid. How do I not know? Like little modeling or whatever they want to do, or whatever you want to call it. So yeah, I think this is the end of the overview. It's sort of hard to judge, I think, based on like build buy mode. There's, yeah, okay, I've added a couple of items multiple times. I think there's less items than normally with a stuff pack in build buy mode in this case. However, I'm not looking at create a sim or create a pet, because that is really not my thing. I know nothing about it. I wouldn't even recognize it if there were new items. Of course, there's the icon, so I don't have to recognize it, but you know what I'm saying. I'm just not too good at that, so you can watch anyone else's video about create a pet or create a sim. However, based on the build mode items, of course, in the end, it's up to you, but I think EA has made like better packs, to be honest, for build mode. At least if you're like, you like the building style that I personally have, which is modern, industrial. I do think, however, that the concept of having DLC, yeah, it is sort of cool. However, it just comes too soon after create or after The Sims for Cats and Dogs. But you know, I can imagine that if you're not into The Sims too much and you don't want to spend $40 or 40 euros on an expansion, but you do want to care for little pets, then that this stuff pack is sort of a cool addition to like your game. And I think that's just something we shouldn't forget. It is adding like some sort of gameplay, which is cool. However, for building, this is probably not the pack for you. But hey, in the end, it's up to you to decide. So let me know in the comments down below what you think of this stuff pack. I'm super interested to hear about it. And also let me know what kind of stuff pack you'd really like to see, because like I said, I really like the fitness stuff pack, and not necessarily because of the fitness stuff, because that was sort of the funny thing with that pack. Like, we did have fitness stuff, but they could just as well have called it like the urban stuff pack or the industrial stuff pack, because it was just generally the style of the items I really liked, and it wasn't just gym equipment, which was cool because you got extra than you would expect. And thinking about other stuff packs, well, I think with stuff packs, I always let myself be like surprised by the EA team, but with game packs, I really want like cars and boats and some kind of transportation in the game. That would be cool, and of course the regular tropical island vibes, which I talk about a lot. But at least we've got Jungle Adventures now, and I still have to build a lot more in that world. But maybe that is something that is coming up soon as well, because I'm working on some builds. So just stay tuned. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to my channel if you want to see more. And then I hope to see you back in another video. Goodbye.